I really love these monthly things. It is so much fun to be here with you, the Fresh Inspiration Show. I tell you, in our group, hashtag inspirers, hashtag arrivers, you coming in and really getting into this mindset transformation, entertainment, that it feels like this is what we need. We need that good juice. Stuff that allows the space to clear and breathe in new air and get into that vibe. Get into that vibe of that we got this. Because sometimes we got this doesn't look so good because we're trying to get there and we may accidentally fake it till we make it, and it hurts. It hurts when we try and be something. And I was talking about that earlier about letting things go, but what does that feel like? Because I didn't realize that I was doing stuff that I thought that I was being, authentic. But when I got to know myself more, I go, oh, I was trying to control stuff. So I believe maybe in some ways I'm still trying to control stuff, but it's less or whatever. It is going to keep coming up as we learn to release more and more. And I feel like I'll be learning that till till I pass on from being here on Earth. And so I think it's a learning thing because the healing starts coming even deeper and deeper the more we get to learn about ourselves and how we want to show up. It's great questions to ask ourselves because that really is what opens up into how you can open up that new path. When you see that path and you see the beautiful trees and whatever's on the ground and the scents all around you, it starts opening up to the beauty of what you want in life. And it takes away the judgment of, you're like, oh, I don't know everything. And it's like, you darn right you don't, and I don't either. Like, who knows everything? Please come in the circle, share with everything you know, because I just want it all. And then you're going to realize that might be Google, and we still don't know it all. No way. Take a deep breath in. Now I'm going to step off to the side. I'm going to talk to you about coming in and being able to do a threshold. So you see the side right here. I'm going to walk off and think about this. Wherever you're at, take a step off to the side and give yourself a moment to step into some fresh air. And I want to talk to you about your new space, your new air that you have. And we're doing a live show. So I forgot, I'm running on another live flow that's not going to allow me to go into my studio right now. I'm going to give you the experience right here. So I'm going to walk off. Now, in our vitality, we want to set the air to some freshness. So you're going to walk in and you want to say, this is my intention. This is what I want to do. Allow me to be in your space right here, 20 years experience in the health industry. Just walked in. Now, what do you want today? What do you want to heal in your body? Is it the whole flow? And I'm speaking to you as a health coach right now. Is it a whole flow? Is it something that feels like you have too many aches in certain areas? Is it the mindset? Is it so hard to get away from things? Where do you want that flow? Is it that you haven't been doing enough movement? Everybody take a deep breath in. And let's add a windmill. Let's open it up. Let's open up the gallbladder and the liver right here. You feel that? It's opening up the spine. Come along with me. Come hang out and take a deep breath in. Bring it into right here, seal salutation. With this vitality that's starting to come through, it can be just a peak. That is better than it was 5 minutes ago before we started doing the deep breath. You feel that? And if you don't, it's okay because this may be something new for you. Take a couple more deep breaths in. I'm here for you as your vitality coach. Big inhale. Expand and open. And release. Do a nice big one. Again. Shoulders open, chest up, nice and strong. Open up the spine. Shh. And there you go. That's a little bit more of a body movement. Now, a question for you. When you are feeling really good, you can type it here or you can write in your journal, and I will keep going. But I would love for you to interact. If you're seeing it in recording, tell me, because I'm going to be checking the comments. Dawn, Dodie, Laura, just keep adding in here. When you're having that day that feels good, let me give you what that is. You wake up in the morning, you hear the birds singing, or for me lately, I'm hearing songs. And songs related to the latest dreams that I'm having. And when you can remember your dreams, and if you feel good in the morning, that means your gut health is getting healthier and healthier. Anybody else want that, where your stomach feels like it's absorbing the food? Every time you have a salad, instead of your energy going down and that you get this flow and you go, man, I feel it. And that's that good feeling. So now you get out of bed because you've been taking care of your belly, and man, it's the best day and everything's in alignment. And you go, there's only a few of these in life where you get your best day. I better really enjoy it. You're like, yeah. So I want to challenge you on that one, because the more you take care of your stomach, the more you bring in that food that feels like it's taking care of you. Not the food that brings in numbness and takes away your vitality, takes away the energy. You know, sugar, you have a high for a moment, but it also numbs you and it brings in tons of sugar in your body and it brings you down. In your journal, speak to what you want to transpire in your business, what you want to transpire in your life. It could be a couple words right now, or it may not come up, but let's let that be a seed for you. Because if you don't have the vitality, if you're not nurturing that belly, then how do you get to the goals that you want to get to? How do you get to that? That's what we're working on. That's what a vitality coach does. We start talking about cash. We start talking about your business. We start talking about you as a speaker. We start talking about retirement, because there's some people that are in the Vitality Heart community. That's the overall community that people that are working with me, they get to do what they're doing in life, but they get to connect what their health is speaking about to them. So then you get in there and you say, I'm having a really good day. And it's all in alignment. That feels so good. And you may not even recognize it at first, but you're smiling. Everything seems to be going like awesomely well. Open up that refrigerator, pull out the vegetables. I see red, I see green, but they all sound good for breakfast. For some reason, when you're thinking about freedom and energy, you start seeing all the stuff that you want in life. So let me take a side off here. As your health coach right now for moments, we're almost at the end of the 30 minutes here. What do you see right here that the health coach is telling you? You get to have anything you want in life. What's happening for your business? What's stopping you? What's not allowing you to move forward? Is it the monkey mind? Is it that your body doesn't feel good? Is it that you just don't know what to eat because you haven't started listening to yourself? You just know what your taste buds are saying? What about your business? What about leaving money on the table that you just never recognized, that when you take your nap because you have to, not because it's part of your process, because sometimes the being is taking a nap so that you have strong moments every time you're doing something. What is stopping you from your relationships and feeling good and connecting with somebody, allowing them to see you? You take the shield off. What is that? So coming back in as your health coach, I look at this. I say, what's the food you're going to eat for breakfast? And your day keeps going. It's drumming in a way that you feel like it's the best song. I'm hearing the Gap Band. When I first really started liking music, Rick Springfield, bum, 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 bum. And you're like, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, ba, Also, you're just dancing. You're like, what am I dancing? You're like, I don't know. Somehow I have more energy. And then all of a sudden, everything is I get to instead of that I have to. What about a day like that? So then lunch comes, you've been drinking your tea that makes you feel like, hot damn, I'm hot. You got your water, cheers. And your meals become more colorful. And you care about it so much that it's not just the taste buds, because the taste buds start changing just like that when you're in love with it. Now you get to see this over here as a business owner, an entrepreneur, that you're not leaving money on the table, that a nap is strategic, that a reset of being and connect with people that's future income. And you're with your clients and you're being and you're taking care of them because your vessel, your body feels it. Dawn, you are so much fun. I want to hear you on this. How do you feel about this? And you keep on going. Dodie, I want to hear about this. And that flow happens. And coming back to you here as your health coach, you're playing. And you're like, do you see that dancing? Yes. Inside, or that you physically feel like things that you thought you couldn't do. Now your mind is thinking clear. Now you're bending time. What? Time is my worst thing ever. I'm running and chasing and trying to figure out how to get everything done because there's not enough time in the day. And let's bend time. So you bend time because your brain is thinking so clear and clean. Your gut is healing. Your liver isn't over challenged. Your whole system, freedom. Now, not exact every day, but you learn to get better and better at what you're doing because you care about this so much. That is vitality. Did you enjoy the experience? Did you enjoy the experience? Pom-poms up, my friend. Big deep breath in. Shh. If you enjoyed these nuggets, I'm getting ready to transition to get our next layer here. But if you enjoyed this, we're getting ready to get invincible. If you enjoyed this, I want to talk to you. I want to understand where your body is right now so that we can get that clearing. I want to understand what your passion is. And as a cash vitality coach of a cash vitality department, I also have a speaker department, which is a whole different department. If you're out there as a speaker or you're looking for more cash in your business, and Kamie and I talked about this earlier, it's about being with that. It's not about the strategies and the, you'll get the strategies, and that you need to have a specific schedule of like exactly what you're going to say when somebody says something and how do I get them in that and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be how to be. And so I'll share that with you. I'll give you a way to connect with that, and I'll share that with you. And it'll be a little bit later, but I want you to connect with me if you're really, really serious about where you're going. If you're ready for that drumming, if you're ready to play, because everything is going to be play. I appreciate your time here as your vitality coach, coming back to you as the host. And I love this space because now I get to hold the space as we get to create and bring in our next star of the show. Kamie, now let me introduce Kamie. We got to talk to Kamie quite a bit. I love, Kamie, that you were here early because this just, oh God, it just gives us so much time to play together and people get to know you more, Kamie. I'm enjoying getting to know you so much. It is really a pleasure to get to know you, my friend. It really is. And the Fresh Inspiration Show, tell Kamie what you love about her. I know you've been throwing some kudos out there, which I totally appreciate. All right, Kamie. Kamie is an international speaker. Can you feel like when she was speaking, it's like, play and energy and like knowing what her purpose is. Can you feel that? And we are all evolving. So you're going to see Kamie how she is now, and make sure you want to follow her and you want to ask her questions because you're going to see her keep evolving just like you. Kamie is an international speaker, sales and leadership consultant with one of the top podcasts out there. She's Invincible, which ranked at an all-time high of number 42. Kamie will be sharing, I put sharing twice. Kamie, I think you're going to be doing a lot of sharing. She's going to be sharing where unstoppable meets invincible. As you can see, Kamie is passionate about helping women discover their greatness, increase their worth, and expand their vision to create their big dream. Kamie is here for you so that you can be and that you know you got this. Kamie, welcome in, my friend.
Oh my gosh, Rhonda, I'm so inspired already. So talk about fresh inspiration. Ah, it's like the angels sing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I got this. The words we speak become the house we live in. And I just want to talk to you today about how unstoppable meets invincible with my first story, which is how I got sick last week and lost my voice. And yesterday I got on a Zoom and I like opened my mouth and nothing came out. so so I'm here to show you how unstoppable meets invincible, even just through the fact that I'm here with a voice today. And I am just so excited to be here. I just want to give you a little background. You know, I talked a little bit earlier about the obstacles that we overcome on our journey to success. And I feel like I would be remiss to not give you a little background on me and share some of that journey. You see me now, I am not the same person that journeyed to this place. And you are not the same person that will journey to the place where you are meant to be. So just a few of the obstacles that I had to overcome. My parents divorced when I was 5. I became a mom when I turned 16. I was in an abusive relationship that almost cost me my life. I raised a child on my own for 4 to 6 years, and then finally got married. Finally, had a pregnancy that didn't end well, had a son who was well and healthy, had another pregnancy that didn't end well. I mean, guys, like, if you don't give up, right? Like, there were so many times that I was face down on the ground, and so many times that life and obstacles could have stopped me, but it is where I became invincible. And I can't wait to share some of that with you today. So what I found was, as difficult as this was, that the experiences were the very thing that made me who I am today. The years I spent in Suckville, we talked about Suckville. The years that I spent in Suckville, those were the years that prepared me for what would come next. You see, when you have a mountaintop experience, you're the teacher. And when you're in Suckville, you're the student. So just remember that you need a balance of being a teacher and being a student, so you can go back and learn and then go back and teach. And it is a constant back and forth where you're learning and stretching and growing And then you're sharing and empowering other people. But in the land of Suckville, you still have the power to choose. You have the power to choose how you want to feel, what you want your life to look like. You know, I love what Rhonda talked about earlier about happiness and joy. That still is ringing in my head. See, we get weak in the moments and we give up our power. In our weakness, we surrender our power, and that is not good. We need to take on this mantra of I can, I can, I can. And you know, I did that ever since Rhonda shared with me what this theme was. I found myself walking around in every crazy thing that happened saying, I can, I got this, I can do this. And that I can statement is like a muscle. It is a muscle. The more you use it and work it, the stronger it gets. And this is how you can get through some of these things to keep you from being unstoppable, keep you from, getting stopped in your tracks, and push you into that place of being invincible. See, success lies in the 6 inches between your ears. And again, I'm going to remind you that the words you speak are the house you live in. What are you saying to yourself? Ask yourself today, would I say the things that I tell myself? Would I say them to my best friend? Would I say those same things to my children? What on earth am I doing? Why am I doing that to myself? You get stopped because of the words you speak, because of the thoughts you think. And when you start reminding yourself that you can, no matter what it is, like until you prove you can't, you have to believe that you can. There's just no other option. That is like the law of science. You have to either prove you can or prove you can't. And there's the proof and the belief, right? And so I challenge you, if you struggle with that, I want you to try to prove you can't, so that the only belief you can have is that you can. See, you're not powerful enough to stop the world plan for your life. You're not powerful enough to stop the impact that you're here to make. We think we are, but we're not. You see, as long as you woke up this morning, and Rhonda's friend Susan did not, right? She doesn't have that opportunity anymore, but you do. You're here. And as long as you wake up, you have the opportunity to decide you're going to be, you're going to do, and you're going to have whatever it is that you were put here to do. And once you believe you can, you become unstoppable. This whole I can is what makes you unstoppable. When you say, I got this, you're making a promise. This is the action where you say, I got this, I can do this. And this is where you step in. Once you've convinced yourself that you can, then you're making this promise, this commitment. I will, I got this. And that, my friends, is what makes you invincible. Once you commit, nothing can stop you. You are literally unstoppable. But the problem is we fail to commit. We're nervous. We talked about this earlier if you were with us. If not, my gosh, go back and listen. But we talked about how, we're worried about what other people think. We're worried about failure. We're worried about the wrong things. Some people are afraid of success. We think a lot of people are afraid of failure, and that's true. But there are many people that are afraid of success equally, because they're going to have to step into this new version of themselves. They're going to have to put up or shut up, right? Do the thing, walk the talk, show them, right? Not tell them. And that sometimes is scary too. So I want to really ask you, I know she's got your journal in front of you already and your pen in your hand. And 2 things here. First, I want you to write down, which one are you? Are you afraid of failure? or are you afraid of success? And then the second thing is turn the page. I say this a lot. Lick your finger and turn the page, because there's this new blank page in your journal right now. And you are sitting here with us and you are holding the pen and you get to create any future that you desire. And when we're done here today, I want to really encourage you to sit with this for a few minutes, even if it's only 15 minutes, and write out that perfect life that you have been dreaming of, that you have not yet created. And then I want you to take that mantra, I can, I can, I can, I got this. The more you tell yourself you can, the less you will believe that you can't. I want to share with you a story. And I just kept saying, oh, Rhonda, you're setting the stage here. You're setting the stage for all of these things that I want to talk about today that were literally in my notes, which I so believe in this intuitive connection here. But Les Brown, y'all know who Les Brown is? Les Brown says, the most valuable place in the world is the graveyard, because so many people are buried with their dreams unrealized. This is what happened to Susan. I'm sure Susan had dreams. I know Rhonda mentioned that she had wanted to write books. I don't know if she ever got to do that. She may have gone to her grave with many amazing books. But listen up, sister. I'm here to tell you, life is short. It is so short. We're dying every single day. And we have no time to wait to be unstoppable or be invincible or to live that life that we're dreaming of. We just don't have any time. See, I get the privilege of working with a foundation, and we raise awareness and support for women and their families with metastatic breast cancer. And these are women that are like 30. They're 30 years old with little kids that fight cancer for, somewhere between 4 and 10 years or 12 years. And then they leave this earth. And the thing that I notice about so many people is that they don't start living their best life until they get that diagnosis. But I want to say to you that we live with a diagnosis. The death rate is 100%. Every single person who is born is going to leave this world. We don't know when, but we need to live like every single day is the last day that we have to dream the dreams, tell the people, love on the world, live the best life, and to do and be and have everything we were meant for in this lifetime. I want to share this story. It's one of my favorite stories about growth. And it's been on my mind so much lately with podcast school and bringing these entrepreneurs into this next level of greatness for themselves. But did you know, I know you all know about a hermit crab, right? You've seen them. Do you know that the only way a hermit crab can grow bigger is when you give it a bigger shell? Now, I want you to sit for a minute in that. You have to take a bigger shell than the one it's already in and put it in the cage. And what happens, just visualize this, you guys. This little hermit crab at some point, very soon after, senses that there's this bigger shell here, and he crawls out of his little shell that he's already outgrown, and he crawls over to this big shell, and he crawls inside of it, and it's bigger. It's bigger, you guys. Imagine how this little crab feels. He's left this warm, comfortable, coddling, comforting, hugging shell that he's outgrown. So imagine when your jeans are too tight, right? He's living like this. He's got that pressure. Everything is around him, and there's this sense of safety and security. And he crawls into this bigger shell. How does he feel? Maybe you can resonate with this. He's all alone in the big shell, right? He might make a little noise and it echoes. He feels insecure and lonely and afraid. He's confused and he's doubtful. And maybe he's having a little imposter syndrome. Like, who am I, this little crab, to live in this big shell like this? I'm too small to live in a shell so big. What will everyone else think? Guess what? I mentioned this before. The others are not thinking of that little crab. They could care less what shell he lives in. But these are what we feel when we have this vision of this bigger life, this bigger impact. Yes, yes, you can answer a question. Let me just finish this thought. So this is what we feel like when we do this. But remember, the only way the hermit crab can grow is when he goes into the big shell and he goes through the process and he feels the feels and he does it anyway. All right, Rhonda, come on in.
Kamie, so Dodie said, thank you, Dodie, because Dodie's really feeling this. Oh, I appreciate
Oh,
you.
good.
I personally have some horrific experiences like Kamie, and they keep coming. So she's an open spirit and learning from this. My
Yeah,
question is, how does one get past them and move on positivity? Some I'd rather not share on life to share too much live. Too
sure.
my friend and your
Yeah.
expertise, of course, because how are you feeling?
Yeah. So, okay. So, I don't want her to get to reveal, but she totally, Dodie, you're welcome to reach out to me, private message me. We can schedule time to chat if you want to share. But what I will say to you is on my website, there is on the homepage, there is some safety places where you can reach out. So if you are in a situation that is dangerous, that would be the first place that I would send you, to my website. I think Rhonda has it there, but it's just my name, KamieLehmann.com. Go to the homepage, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you will see exactly what I'm referring to. So that would be the first thing. If it is kind of like a thing where you're just attracting this into your life, then I would say sit with that. Sometimes we have to slow down in order to speed up. So sit with it and ask yourself, what is it about me that is attracting? See, we are attracting energy. This is what we are. Rhonda showed us so beautifully about that in wellness and health. We are energy. We are attracting these things. So, what is it about you or your story or how you see yourself that is attracting these things to you and your life? And then you need to change your story, girl. Lick a finger, turn the page, and rewrite that story. You want to rewrite that story to the story that you're dreaming of, not the ones you've lived. See, we get stuck in a place where we don't think we can do something because we've never done it before. Right? So I've never had a great relationship, right? Therefore, I don't think it's possible. Girl, you got to rewrite that story to there are great relationships for me waiting for me. I am looking for my perfect match, and my perfect match is looking for me. There is that one perfect match that you are here for, and you just need to put yourself into the energy of that discovery. And then open your eyes, right? Because sometimes everything you're looking for is right there in front of you. So I hope that helped, but I would love to connect with you and walk you through. But if you're not safe, go right to my website, and that will at least cover you for that first part. So, and put a new shell in your cage, girl. What's the next size shell? What is it you need to do? Put that in there and visualize yourself like the little crabby crawling into that cage and growing into that size of that new shell. So here you go. This is my next thing, is your mind is your shell. How about that for some magic? Your mind is your shell, and you must expand it daily in order to grow into that next bigger, best version of yourself. Look who came in the room. Okay. So here's the deal, you guys. My journey, I spent 12 years in corporate America. 12 years. It wasn't easy. But guess what? Through every one of those years, I said, I can, I got this. I spent 28 years as a top leader. Again, I can. This is the, I'm telling you, this is the muscle. Like as I'm saying it, I'm flexing my muscle. I want you to flex your muscle with me. I spent 5 years. I launched 5 years ago. Yes, go girl. Get it. Oh, look at, we got the muscle builders here. I spent 5 years building my own coaching and consulting company. Every day I can, even when it didn't look like I can, even when I didn't think I could. I can. You work that muscle. And then I launched a top podcast. Girls, I had no idea. I had no business doing that. I didn't know anything. I learned it all in 28 days. And I did it because I said, I can. Every time I fell down, I got back up and said, I can. There was no reasonable explanation other than I convinced myself that I could, that I would, and I did. And that is how you get through this. And then I just launched a podcast school this month, season 1. I'm back in that place. Every time you stretch yourself, you're back in that place of I can. Rhonda, jump in with us and share with us something that you're working on right now that you are having to remind yourself about this amazing, powerful mantra.
Kamie, I gotta tell you, this is just fabulous. Dodie is interacting here, and she's working on absorbing what you're saying. She's saying that what you said, it's not just that. So I gave your website. So Dodie, yes, you keep reaching out because sometimes we're here to hold the space and the experience, but sometimes this is what's cool about the symposium. So yeah, we want to nail it for you, and we it probably just that you want some of that quiet space. Believe me, my friend, I've been there many times. I am loving that you're already sharing what you're launching out there. So for me, I start thinking about like, what am I launching? And so, yeah, I'm launching something new. And sometimes if I get in the details, I want to go get my pillow. That you can hear this is a theme, and go, how do I do that? But I really feel like that could be somewhere where I go, I can, I can. So what I do is I try and find some tools to get me out of it. So I'm trying to launch something, and then I get my monkey mind, and then I'm trying to figure out how to stay motivated. And then I'm listening to some Kamie, and Kimberly's coming in. I'm just like, man, I just need those words of just like flow, and then my body kind of gets real excited. So that's what helps me get into the I can. So I'm launching a speaker department, and it's new. So it's like, I'm like, do people really see me as that? And those kinds of things that, so what you're talking about, it's so relevant. Thanks for the question. Hey,
I love it.
I love it. Kamie, what else do you have going on? I know that you have had a flow here if you want to finish off anything, but I do want to hear more about the love on what you're doing. I find you inspiring in so many areas as a woman and living your life and having these experiences that you bring forward to be able to help guide others and share your nuggets of wisdom of what your expert spaces. So wherever you want to go with this, I'm right here. You got a few more minutes.
Yes.
You're nailing it.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to leave you all knowing that you can do anything. Anything you want is yours in this world. You have the power. You can do it all. All you need to do is convince yourself. You're the only one that needs to be convinced. Everyone else believes in you. And I just want to say that to you, like, find those people. And I talk about this a lot. Find those people that believe in you and let them just borrow that belief until you can believe in yourself. Just surround yourself with those people. Some of the things I'm working on next, I love that you asked me that question because that was actually what was next, was coming to a city near you, right? So my next thing is to finish up my book that I've been working on for a few years, because I gave up my power there once or twice. And gracing the stage at 10. So those are two things that I am going to be wandering around this crazy world saying, I can, and I will, and I got this, because those are two big things. That's my big shell, but you can too. So take a second and write down one big thing right now that you want to work on, where you're going to flex your I can muscles. I can is your affirmation and your reminder. And I got this is the action. It's the belief. It is the commitment where you're convincing yourself that you can. And I'm going to finish up with this last story for you. And if you have questions, just keep putting them in and we can address them. I know we're going to get together at the end of this, but I want to tell you a story about my grandma, because I was in my 50s and I was thinking about this coaching school and taking this shift and going in this new direction and getting a new, bigger shell, you guys, for less words here. And I was really feeling like, who am I to pivot and like totally change direction in my 50s, right? Or even say like midlife. I'd feel better if I knew people that were 100 when I say midlife, but let's not go there today. But I was feeling that. And I remembered that my grandmother was a nurse. And I didn't really know a lot about it because I saw her like on weekends when she wasn't working as a nurse and her uniform wasn't out. And back then, you know, in the 70s, they didn't talk about what they did for work. They left their work at work, right? Unlike the rest of us, everyone knows what we do. But in any case, I sat down with my grandmother's medical books. And I have to tell you that it was like she came down and sat next to me on the couch. When I looked at her books, and back then you actually took your exams in your actual textbook and then they were dated and graded. And I looked at the dates, and what I realized was that my grandmother had my dad, who was an only child, when she was in her 30s. And when he turned 18, that's when he went off to the military and she went to nursing school. And if you do the math, she was in her 50s. My grandmom came down and gave me permission through these books that she left for me to go through, these dusty, dusty books for me to go through all of these years later, to say, listen, girl, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how old you are. You have the power. I did it, and so can you. And that woman gave me permission that day. Who do you need to give you permission? I talk a lot about best friends. You need to surround yourself with those I can, you can people, the ones who lift you up and stretch you and inspire you. Your friends are the ones who learn your favorite song and sing it back to you when you forget the words. So I'm here to say with you right now, and I want you to raise your muscles with me and let's do it. I can. I can, I got this. Thank you so much for being here. It's been such a joy and an honor to share this space with you. And I can't wait to do it again sometime soon.
Kamie, my bicep is like tired and then it got rejuvenated by the motivation.
Yes,
I was like,
vitality.
and then you said it again. I go, bum, bottle. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love the Invincible. And you know, before I really understood what this stuff really meant, I was in my mind I just thought it was like so phony because my brain couldn't get there. I just couldn't see. I was like, oh yeah, life is just not like that. Oh yeah, that person's just saying that. But oh my gosh, like when if I got to we have this in recording, and then this is going to go on YouTube, and it'll go on podcast, iTunes, Roku TV once it gets professionally edited. And I want to listen to this again because the second time around is going to be more juicy than the first time. And so I may have to listen to it a few times because there's so many nuggets in there because my bicep was so like it was worn. I was like, yeah. So we were flexing. Kimberly was flexing too, by the way, Kimmy.
I love it. I saw her. I like those big muscles. Listen, we're all going to we're going to live the life of our dreams and we're going to have bad arms, right? Yes, I love that.
Kimmy, thanks for giving your heart and soul about being invincible. I love how you're sharing how we can show up, we can love on ourselves, we can find the space, but it's all about one little step or a quantum leap forward so that you know you got this. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
That's it. Because everybody's in the community. Get up there and you can do some dancing. Nobody's watching you. You get to do your thing here. I don't know how that translates, by the way. It's like, at some point you don't even care. You're just like, we're just having fun. And I hope you are too. The Fresh Inspiration Show. Laura said she's flexing her muscles too. Laura, you picking up bales of hay and your kitty cats and your goats over at your 400 acres of beauty. She does some great retreats, which is so much fun. I want to see you here next month. We're releasing the podcast for the next show. I want you to be here. We are speaker locking arms. You as a speaker. If you have another hashtag, throw it in. Throw it in here and share what you are all about. The more that we know about you, the more that you know about us, whoever the stars of the show are. Kimberly, Kamie, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for taking your time. Every moment counts. You're going to notice how precious your time is. I respect and appreciate you, ladies, and allow us to play together. I love you, my friends. Anything else you want to add in?
Just thank you. I love what you're doing here. Keep doing it. Keep surrounding yourself and your listeners with awesome people. Like Kamie. Love you, Kamie.
Thank you. I wanted to say thank you, Kimberly, for introducing me to Rhonda. I felt so lucky to have that introduction, and I appreciate that so much. And thank you, Rhonda, for having me come and speak today.
Yeah.
So much fun. Such a fun time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. So we're tying a bow around it of information here. Now we're getting Kimberly's information in, but you have the information to connect. Keep listening. I'll even break down the show for you soon. You know the point, so you can find things. You know exactly where to get back to Kimberly, exactly where to get to back to Kamie. So because it's about a 3-hour show, so you want to know how to get back there. I'll show you, and then I'll show you. I'll share with you in the podcast, so you know exactly how to just like listen to Kamie. You're right there, and you get to listen to Kimberly, and it's right there for you. So you're not looking through the show, but I'll give you the points to help you. Have a fabulous day, ladies, the stars of the show. You did a great job. Woo! Great job. And thank you, the Fresh Inspiration Show. I appreciate the love that you are here in asking the questions. Dodie, Laura, Leslie, Elizabeth. And I saw people coming in and out. Not everybody was, it was saying things, but sometimes I noticed that so many people coming in I didn't know were there. And sometimes you just need that inspiration, and it's just a moment and it helps you through, or your schedule only brought you here for a few minutes. Love you, the Fresh Inspiration Show. Until next time, remember, this is the Fresh Inspiration Show, mindset transformation, entertainment. We got you private here so that you get to be in a group that feels good. So keep creating your vibe and your flow. This is your home for stuff like that. Keep growing with us. I appreciate you so much. Namaste. I love you, which is the love language right here. And I appreciate you. And from my heart to yours, you have an incredible, incredible day.